first of all, Ben, tell me about Slamdance TV. Tell me what it is and everything you can about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Slamdance Film Festival, as we know, is this film festival that's really become a safe haven for the rejects. You know, Slamdance was birthed because a few filmmakers were rejected from Sundance, and they were just too stubborn to take no for an answer, so they created their own renegade film festival. So over, the festival's been going on now for 19 years, but over the last couple of years with the development of the web and web series, we really wanted to have a place for Slamdance to live online and create online content that not only showcases Slamdance film, like shorts or trailers of some of our competition films, but also takes the Slamdance experience and showcases it to people who otherwise can't make it to Park City. So we create original content, filmmaker interviews. We record coffee sessions. Like last year, we had Neil Young and Stan Lee, and we just create content. We try to bring the festival to a greater audience. That's really what we're trying to do with Slamdance TV, and we're trying to make it much more than typical festival coverage. We embrace the theme of the films each year, and we try to do something collaborative and something creative with the filmmakers, because we are a film festival by filmmakers for filmmakers. We don't just want to do a talking head interview.
I understand that completely, and one of the things I love about Slamdance is, and I was talking about this to the founder of the festival just a little bit ago, is that it really does seem to be a very strong sense of community there that is lacking from other festivals. And by community, I mean not just show your film here and hobnob with other filmmakers during the week the festival's running. I mean, it's an ongoing collaboration where you really feel like they're invested in your progress beyond the life of the festival.
Absolutely. No, I think that's completely true and telling of this festival, and that's why we stand out, in my opinion, among the festivals. We really are by filmmakers for filmmakers. All of the films are programmed each year by alums of the festival. So, the filmmakers for this upcoming 2013 festival, next year we're going to ask them to come back as programmers and help pick out the film slate for 2014. So yeah, it is this ongoing community, that keeps building and keeps growing, and that's really my favorite thing about the festival, and that's what we want to continue to embrace for sure.
Yeah, and Kevin, tell me about the series, the Idiot's Guide to Making Movies for Dummies. Is that what it is?
The full title, here, get ready for this. It is Modern Imbeciles: Idiot's Guide to Making Movies for Dummies. Is the full title. So basically what it is myself and my writing and acting partner, Doug Manley, we had a feature play at Slamdance 2 years ago called Modern Imbeciles Planet World, which is this wacky kind of sci-fi comedy. And we then came back last year to speak to the Slamdance, sort of community. We have a bunch of Slamdance filmmaker friends who we've met in the past couple of years taking movies up there. And last year we said, well, let's all get together and let's do an anthology where each filmmaker is going to do a different short based on a different holiday throughout the year. So we did 12 different shorts, called it Holiday Road. Turned out really well, and we talked to the powers that be at Slamdance, and we said, hey, guys, look what we did. If anything, this shows Slamdance community is, in the works. So they said, this is great, let's show it up there. So we played Holiday Road up there last year, which was awesome. And this year, we didn't have a movie that was going in, but we wanted to be a part of the magic somehow. So we pitched to Peter and Ben an idea for a web series where Doug and I would play these ridiculous characters that we created called Don and Lizard Man. Lizard Man is an albino. Don is a mustachioed gentleman. You can check out the web series. You'll get to see it. But basically what the crux of the story is our friend Todd Berger, who wrote and directed a movie called The Scenesters, which played Slamdance a couple of years ago. He plays a very put-upon indie film director by the name of Wallace Cotton. And Wallace is gearing up to do his new movie, and this series that we did is sort of the behind-the-scenes of him making that movie, where he was forced to cast Don and Lizard Man to secure foreign pre-sales, much to his chagrin, because these guys are idiots and they ruin pretty much everything that he's trying to do. So each part of it is a different part of the filmmaking process. So part 1 is casting, part 2 is directing, part 3 is acting, part 4 is editing, and then part 5 is actually submitting it to Slamdance, where we actually went to the Slamdance offices and shot that episode. And they've been premiering every Thursday. We started 3 weeks ago, so episode 1 through 3 are up online right now. You can go to the Slamdance TV website and check them out. And then episode 4 drops tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And then episode 5 the following Thursday on the opening day of Slamdance.
So what were the aspects of independent film production that you were most anxious to kind of poke fun of and lampoon? Myself and Doug and Ben, we've all kind of been on this from the start and writing the scripts and getting it all ready. So we had a lot of fun. I mean, Ben, he's produced a feature. I've produced a couple features myself. And I think it's, when indie filmmakers watch it, it'll kind of be a universal truth. Each episode has its own thing, like the casting process. You're never going to get your dream actor. You're never going to get, Jesse Eisenberg's meter leads. You end up with somebody, who's not maybe as good as Jesse Eisenberg or whatever. And then, the directing episode we did, any indie filmmaker or director, I'm sure, can look at that and say, yep, that's, you try and give these actors some kind of meaningful direction, and they decide to go off and do what they want to do. We just had a lot of fun lampooning kind of all aspects of it. I think my favorites was lampooning the post-production process, which is the one that drops tomorrow. That's my personal favorite. So.
Wow. Right. I mean, there's so many aspects of filmmaking that are not seen in the final cut of the movie, and there are so many characters that are on set. And I think what's really fun is that we've been able to embrace that. We've been able to embrace how absurd casting sessions can be, or how frustrating the editing process can be. I mean, these are things that all independent filmmakers can relate to, and hopefully this series speaks to the indie filmmaking audience.
Well, and it also takes a bit of madness and a bit of absurdity just to set out to make a film, in the first place.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, totally.
Yeah. So tell me about the audience for Slamdance TV. What have your interactions with this audience been like? What has it revealed to you?
It's been a growing process. I'll say that first off. We really last year we set out on this adventure, and one of our goals was to really help out the filmmaker by giving them a piece that includes an interview. It includes clips from their film, something that they can use to post on other sites and what have you, just a piece of media for showcase. So the filmmakers are definitely part of our audience, but beyond that, we really with Slamdance TV, we have a great crew. I'll just mention their names: Eric Ekman and Michael Felker. There's 3 of us, and together we are embracing kind of the original roots of Slamdance, this irreverent anarchy, feral filmmaking. And so we like our pieces to include bits of narrative and bits of docu feel, but we shoot them, we edit them, and we post them. We turn them around all in under 24 hours. So our audience is the people who can't make it to Park City, and the people who appreciate and respect filmmaking. not only filmmaking, but we have such a diverse lineup of films and so many different events and panels. I mean, for instance, last year, we had Neil Young and Jonathan Demme there with their new documentary. So that was a piece that ended up being picked up by Rolling Stone. I mean, we have the music community, the filmmaking community. We do this let off every year, and it's a nice break from the distribution talks and film talk to just go up to the slopes, illegally, mind you, to the ski slopes and ride these sleds down Park City, and that's a fun piece for anyone to watch and enjoy. Some of our stuff is goofy, but some of our stuff is really serious. I think anybody can appreciate at least some of the Slamdance TV content. I hope so, anyway.
Well, and it really brings the festival directly to them. I mean, like you said, if they're unable to attend, I mean, they kind of got a front row seat to all the big happenings there from home. Yeah, absolutely. I think that was kind of the original mindset and the original goal, and it's great for me to like show my family and my friends, for instance, like, oh, look at what's happening. Look how much fun this is. It's not all work. Festivals they're not just about selling your movie or getting a ton of press. It's about having fun. It's about having fun at Slamdance anyway, and I think that's something that filmmakers leave feeling. They feel like they had a good time. They feel like they're part of the Slam family, really, and hopefully we capture some of that with these pieces. Well, what I want to know is... Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry, Kevin. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think another great thing about Slamdance TV that differentiates, the experience from other festivals is Slamdance TV is there year-round. It definitely gears up closer to the festival. The more, obviously, the more content they can get from the festival. But we're doing this web series that is started in December. And it's, you look at other festivals' websites and it's you just go to the festival and that's pretty much the deal. But Slamdance, because it is such a community and such a tight-knit group of filmmakers, it's something that people think about year-round and are like, yeah, man, I want to check in and see what, is going on over there. And I think Slamdance TV is a great way for that experience to occur throughout the year, not just in January.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, because I would imagine when you're so anxious and so anticipatory about an event like a Slamdance Film Festival, and the week probably goes by in a breeze, and then I would think you probably would suffer withdrawals because you have to wait a whole other year before it comes around again. So this is a good way to keep those withdrawals at bay. Slamdance TV. Totally, and something else I'd like to add is just that the way in which we go about producing this content is very much like rebel filmmaking. It's renegade filmmaking. I mean, it's me and these two other guys, like I mentioned, and we're running around. We're shooting things on the fly. We're then we're going into our little closet cubicle space, and we're uploading this footage, and we're editing it there. We're staying up late into the night. I mean, and it really goes to show you that with the right people and with a common goal, you can make interesting and fun content with no budget, with not a real crew. All you need is a camera and an idea and the will to carry through, and that's what we've been doing.
I've seen Ben do this for 2 years in a row now, and I don't have my suspicions confirmed, but when he's in Park City, the schedule that he's on and the amount of energy that he has and the lack of sleep he's getting, I think there's drugs involved. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it here. Yeah. You heard it first on this podcast.
Well,
lots of energy drinks.
I'm looking at the website, and I'm seeing various episodes handling your actors not in a sexual way from the series. So tell me, when it comes to film production and post-production, beyond that, if you were to lampoon the actual film festival experience,
right? We talked about that a little bit. We talked about having Dawn and Lizardman come out to the festival. The last episode of the series will give you more insight about their submission process. But we did discuss having lampooning the festival in an even more extreme way. Kevin can probably talk more about that.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of fodder there for sure. One of my favorite things about going to the festivals is, I come from a comedic background, and most of the work I've done is in comedy, and I love it when you meet the people at film festivals who just take it so seriously. And that's great. There's definitely serious work out there that needs to be regarded as such, but I really love meeting, the local people who come to the festivals who consider themselves, or maybe they are, real film buffs, and really get into these deep discussions about movies with you, and that can oftentimes be quite hilarious.
Right, and that's why we do the sled off. I mean, it's the Slamdance versus Sundance Great Park City sled off, and for the last decade, Slamdance has been undefeated, and why is that? Well, it's because nobody from Sundance has shown up. I think Slamdance does kind of doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's also great. I mean, we do a hot tub summit where we have these alumni and filmmakers who are in the hot tub, talking about the state of independent filmmaking, and it's also clothing optional. And I don't think you'll find those at many festivals.
And that's actually, because I'm thinking about the personality of various festivals, and Sundance included, and there seems to be an element of angst involved in those festivals.
Oh yeah.
And that feels kind of absent from Slamdance, and as evidenced by stuff like hot tub. The hot tub meeting, and it seems like a much more relaxed atmosphere.
Well, I think Slamdance, it has that going on because it's also one of the rules of Slamdance is you have to be a first-time director, and so you get a group of people up there that no one's jaded yet. Everyone's excited. They're stoked that their movie, is what should be or what usually is their first movie getting out to the world. So. It's an atmosphere of excitement and, wanting, people to see your work, and, no one's been beaten down by the system yet. So it's great.
Yeah. But I wanted to know, too, because you'd mentioned Jonathan Demme and Neil Young. Were you able to do those interviews? I mean, were you the one that interacted with them?
We did have some interesting interactions. I did get a brief interview, one-on-one interview with the two of them, and that was one heck of an experience. But also, the Slamdance TV crew, which last year was only two of us, we had to put the microphones on them, so we're reaching up Neil Young's shirt and hoping that we don't poke him with a little vampire bit, and the same with Stan Lee, and one funny story actually is that after the coffee session, it went on for a couple hours. Afterwards, Neil Young ran. He jetted out of there. I'm sure he had other things to do, but he went with the microphone. So I literally had to chase him down Main Street once I realized he had the mic still, and he had the lav, and I'm like, Mr. Young, you have the microphone, and at first he just thought I was a nut job, but eventually I got it back. But we have some we've been able to have some pretty bizarre encounters running around with our cameras and our mics.
Well, that's a pretty good day. You're able to reach up the shirt of Neil Young and Stan Lee in the same day.
Yeah.
Well, so finally, tell our audience how they can find the content throughout the festival and your original series this week.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll be posting daily content during the festival, and even beforehand on Slamdance.com. So if you go to the website, you really can't miss it. Then in the showcase section of the website, you can see some of last year's content, but you can also see the web series there. And yeah, we're going to be posting away, delivering daily content all throughout the festival, which begins on January 18th.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you both so much for joining me, and I wish you the best of luck with the series and Slamdance TV and during the actual festival. I hope you guys can keep your sanity. It sounds crazy that week.
Yeah, appreciate talking to you. Thank you so much.